Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you a pregnancy update and also a baby haul of all the things that I've gotten so far, and I think we're pretty close to being ready. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And so if you're interested in those things or more homeschooling content, please remember to subscribe and let's get into this video. Okay, so I first wanted to give you a pregnancy update. I will be about 33 weeks when this video comes out, but right now I'm 32 weeks and I have been feeling really yucky, to be honest. Everyone's like, how are you doing? And I'm just like, ugh. And my husband is always like, she's pregnant. Like, she just feels yucky. And a lot of people, you know, probably would say, oh, you're not that big or anything like that. But I'm like, I feel huge. And so at this point, it's kind of, you're getting big enough that everything's pushing upwards, you know? So I'm not morning sickness, like nauseous, but I'm just nauseous from a baby pushing up on my stomach and my esophagus, you know, so have acid reflux issues going on and just feeling a little bit sick all the time. Like I'll eat, but I just kind of graze because if I eat too much, I feel horrible, you know, and Tums have become my best friend. The only time I ever use Tums is when I'm pregnant because I never have problems with acid reflux except when I'm pregnant. And so that's what's been going on with that, and it's not been super fun, and I've been so tired again. It's been ridiculous. I haven't really been sick, but I've had this cough that just won't go away, and it probably won't until I have the baby, because that's basically what happened with my last child. It's like I just got congested and mucusy, and so in the mornings it's a nightmare just trying to get up and moving. You know, I'm just like hacking my lungs out and all these things on my nose is running. It's super fun. So fun, guys. We're having a fun time over here. And so that's been a blast every single morning. And my husband's been out of town quite a bit, so it's me like trying to get up and moving to take care of kids and get them moving and stuff. So it's a party over here. But as far as, you know, just feeling just tired all the time. It's been miserable. And I'm not a person to like sit down very often. Like I'll sit down and relax, and I have hobbies I like to do that require me to sit down. But I'm an on-the-go person all the time, and I like to be busy. Not in a like I'm leaving my house type of person. I'm definitely a homebody. But I love to just be active and moving. And I've just been so tired. Oh, sorry. Baby is punching me in the side. And so it's been really hard for me to just sleep. And I don't remember ever being this exhausted in my third trimester with any of my other pregnancies. And this one, I'm just like, by 7 o'clock, I feel like I took NyQuil at night, 7 o'clock at night. I feel like I've taken NyQuil and I'm just like totally drugged up. And I'm not drugged up at all, but that's what I feel like. And it's like, it is time for bed. And so I've been going to bed pretty early and still sleeping in quite a bit in the morning. You know, for me, that's like 6 a.m., but that's sleeping in for me over here. And I've just been exhausted. So that's been super fun. I had my glucose test several weeks ago, and that was totally fine. I've always been totally fine with that and don't have any history of diabetes or gestational diabetes. I do have I have 8.5 to 9.5 pound babies, but no diabetes there. So that was fine. And I've gone to like 2-week appointments for a few weeks now. And so that's weird because I'm like, that means we're getting closer. It's like the wind down here. And so that's really strange, but I am measuring right on or a little bit small, which is what I always do. And then my babies just come out huge. They somehow hide in there really well. And then they come out pretty big considering that I am not measuring big. So that's kind of where we are with that. Everything's looking good. Baby's looking good. Still a boy. And I'm doing good, you know, besides feeling yucky all the time. I'm still, you know, healthy. Everything is looking good that way. Emotionally, it's been a mess. I feel like a ride the last few months. Since the last update, I did talk a little bit about how, you know, I had a span where I'm like, okay, this is going to be okay. And then it started to go downhill. I don't know, downhill makes it sound like I'm super depressed or something, which isn't true. But I feel like it just started to be like, oh, this is real. And it's still weird that it's real. Most of the time I'm like, this is just really weird. But anyways, it's just kind of continued to be that similar feeling where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I really don't want to do this. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this, you know, and I've been preparing and reading hypnobirthing books and all these different things and trying to just get in this right mindset. But it's still just been a struggle. And emotionally, I think I'm just exhausted. And so, you know, my husband's been traveling quite a bit. And so then he leaves and I'm a worrier. So I worry about him and I'm like worried about pregnancy and I'm worried about like just everything. So there's been a lot of family, like extended family things going on in the last several months. So it's just been quite overwhelming, to be honest. And so I've been tired emotionally and just not really wanting to do this. But we're gonna do it. And we're gonna make it through. And you know, I pray all the time. I'm like, please just give me some more faith to do this. So that's kind of the update. I don't feel like there's anything super crazy, you know, besides in most of my videos, I'll just be like congested sounding and stuffy and maybe having coughing fits and blowing my nose, because that's just kind of the state of my body right now until this baby is born. That's just how it's gonna be. And so I'm sorry about that, but that's just how it goes. And I think that's about all as far as pregnancy updates go. So let me show you some of the things that I got for a haul. We can call it a haul. I don't feel like it's anything super exciting, but I'm gonna show you kind of how I do things with a baby, because it looks different probably than some people. You know, some people might look similar to what I do and others might look very, very different. So let's get into the baby haul. Okay, I'm like, where do I want to start? I have a few things around me. I guess we'll start with the car seat. I pulled this out of the box just for you. And so we got a car seat. It has a stroller that goes with it. This is baby trend. I am not one. Let me explain my baby philosophy. I am very simple and minimalistic when it comes to having babies. I get what we need, but I don't go over that, and I don't feel like we need all the little gadgets, all the little extra things. I just like to keep it simple. So I've never had, you know, tons of all the bottle cleaning things or all the, like, I haven't even had a boppy. I think I might have one this time because my sister-in-law has one, and so she's just gonna bring it to me. But those kinds of things I've just never used. I've never needed to use them, and I didn't want to spend money on them. So what I'm showing you is very much what we will use, and that is all we will use. And I just like to keep it as simple and basic as possible. So for car seats, I used the Graco. Is that how you say it? I don't know. It makes me think of the dragon from Dragonheart when I say that. No, Dragonheart. No, what is that movie? No, it's not Braveheart. I haven't seen that one. Maybe it is Dragonheart. Anyway, so that's what it makes me think of. You know, Graco. Anyway, we'll move on. So the first few kids I had, that's what we used. And I had a friend that had a baby trend one that had this type of handle at the top, and I love it because just the straight handle is so hard to hold. And so this was the best. I just love this handle, which is why I get this this type of car seat. And then it comes with the jogging stroller. I don't use it to run because if I'm gonna go exercise, I am not taking my kids with me. And so I just like it because it has the bigger tires, which just makes everything a little bit easier when you have the bigger tires. And so this is the car seat. This is all I brought up. I didn't bring up the stroller or anything else to show you. So I have that, and then along with that, I had gotten a canopy thing to go over. I think this is from Carseat Canopy, you know, to go over the car seat like this. And then this one also, I think, was heavily discounted. So I got this one that just stretches over the top. I don't feel like I've ever used one of these ones before. My last kids, these ones were popular, so we'll kind of give them both a try. And I got gray. I just like gray, regardless of whether I'm having boys or girls with the car seat. I honestly just look at whatever set is the cheapest. As long as it's not bright pink, because I just don't like pink. Not especially bright pink car seats that, no. Anyways, and so I just look at what set is the cheapest and that's what I buy because I'm basic. I don't know if that's even the right way to say it, but you know, that's what we're using right now. Where are we gonna put this? And then with that I also didn't bring in here is a pack and play, and that is from Graco. It's just the simple like $60 one maybe with the bassinet that sits in it until they're like 15 pounds. And that's all I've ever used. I have never had a crib. So a friend let us borrow a crib one time and we used that for just a few months. But other than that, I've never bought a big crib, mostly because we didn't have space for it. And I just like the idea of wherever we go, we take their bed with us. And so the pack and play comes with us and they sleep comfortably wherever we are because it's the same bed that they're used to sleeping in. So that's what I've always used. And we had a lot of smaller spaces too in the houses we lived in. I don't know if I'm gonna cough or sneeze, maybe nothing. Anyway, and so that just worked best for us and I just really liked it a lot. So that's what I've always used. And at times we had a couple of them with a couple kids and then we just move them into a toddler bed. And usually, you know, we're having to buy bunk beds anyway, so I couldn't just change their crib into a toddler bed, and I was having another baby. So if we had had a crib that changed into a toddler bed, we wouldn't have been able to use it for a toddler bed anyway. So logistically, you know, it just didn't work with what we were planning. So I just use pack and plays and I really like it that way. So the next thing, let's see, what do we want to talk about next? How about all the nursing stuff? And this is some stuff for baby, but a lot of stuff for me as well. I did not bring my nursing bras to share because I don't share those kind of things on public sites here. Anyway, but I don't really buy expensive nursing bras. I just don't think it's worth it. I think most of them are from Arden, which is the brand from Target. And I like to get a variety. So I mostly get ones that are just comfortable because I'm mostly just at home. And so I do that. And then a few that I can wear at night that are even more, that just kind of pull to the side. They don't have clips. I can't speak anymore. They don't have clips at the top. They just kind of pull to the side. And so I have a few of those because I like to wear them at night for the first few months until everything's kind of regulated a little bit better. And then I usually have one that's a little bit nicer that gives me a little bit more shape when I'm wearing normal clothes, going to church, going out to do things and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I have. So that's maybe like 5 or 6 bras. Yes, that's what I have. A very simple, I don't know how many people usually buy. But something I do love, I am a very reserved person by nature, a very shy person. Wow, we might make it through this video. I don't know if I can speak anymore. And so when I had my first child, I did not want to nurse anywhere besides my home. Like it made me so self-conscious to, you know, show any part of my body. I'm a very modest person by nature and also religiously. And so I was like, I don't want to be flashing people. And it made me so nervous. So I usually just pump. I'd rather pump and then bring a bottle, or I'd go someplace else away from, if we were at a family member's house, I'd just go to a bedroom where nobody was and nurse, because I just hated it. I hated nursing in public, and it just made me so self-conscious and nervous. And so that's for the next 3 kids. I just didn't really like nursing in public. But with my 4th, I was a little bit more forced to, just because of having all these other kids that were involved in things. And in church, my husband was in a leadership position. So it was just me with 4 young kids by myself, taking care of them at church. And so sometimes I had to be nursing a baby in the middle of a meeting and still taking care of my other kids, and sometimes having to leave with my other kids. So I just had to do it out of necessity, get comfortable with doing it. And one of the ways I did that was I found these nursing tank tops, and I love them. So I had gotten rid of my other ones. These are a little bit pricey, but I think they're worth it because they make me feel comfortable. And they have a built-in like bra if you don't want to wear a bra with them. Usually I do, just for like extra support and stuff when I'm out and about, because I feel like this doesn't offer the greatest support, at least for me. And sorry if there's like so much sun or not enough sun coming in. It's just super fun trying to figure out lighting. Anyway, so they have a built-in bra. They have the snaps up here, and they're stretchy and long. And so you could tuck them in to pants or whatever, or you could just wear them as a tank top, like under and over your pants, if that even made sense. But what I love is because then I could pull up my shirt, like if I didn't have a button-down shirt or something, I could pull up my shirt, and this was still under, so I felt covered. I felt modest, you know, and not like if I had to stand up with one of my other kids in church, I wasn't flashing my whole back at everybody there. And so I really like these ones, and they have a white one too. I'll link all this stuff down below, so if you wanted to check it out. These are mediums, which is about good for me, like post-pregnancy, and you know, chest size and all that kind of stuff. A medium's pretty good for me. And I didn't get a white one this time because I feel like I didn't use it as much last time, so I just got the gray and the black one, and I'm excited to use those. And then another thing that I got for like postpartum type stuff is the belly wrap. This is a belly bandit. Again, a more expensive purchase, but I love these types of things. They're so helpful and so useful, not only in helping your tummy suck itself back in, you know, because you put this on, and it's sort of like a corset, but not exactly, you know, but you strap it on and it helps pull everything back in. So it really does help with like flattening your tummy back up. I'm not saying it's a miracle worker and you're gonna get a six-pack, but it does help a lot with that. But it also gives a lot of back support, which is something I really loved, is it just makes my back feel really good. And so it went on their website, you can look and they'll give you ways to measure and kind of decide where you need to be postpartum and stuff, and what sizing you need to get. So there's that. And then this one I did show in a clothing haul I did, because that's in a separate video, so I'll link that down below. That was like at the beginning of pregnancy. But someone gave me this nursing cover, a friend up the street. So I don't know if I'll get another one. I'll probably just use this because I use these when I'm like out in public. It just goes, you know, your head over the top. And then at home, I don't really use a nursing cover. I probably will more now because my kids are older. But I'll just put a blanket on or whatever, and it's not a big deal. But I like that for extra coverage when I'm out and about. And then I also love these nursing pads. I don't even know how to say this brand. I don't know how to say it, but I love them. I know some people are like, we're not being eco-friendly here. And I have tried like washable ones, and first of all, I don't really love them. And second of all, in my first like 2 months after having a baby, I just soak the heck out of them at night, especially, and end up soaked everywhere. So at least with these, I might leak out the side a little bit, but they have plastic on the back, and so I don't get as wet. Usually it's not a huge catastrophe, whereas with the natural ones, the cloth ones that I've tried, I just end up drenched, and it's not fun at all. And I'm like trying to take care of a baby and change my clothes all at the same time. So those are just the ones I've always loved. I've tried a few other ones, like disposable ones, and those are the ones I like the most. And then I always get a few bottles. Again, this is something that I've just always used, these Playtex ones, and my babies will take them. Like, I just keep trying until they do. And I usually I don't have a breast pump yet, so that's still something I need to get and decide what to do. But I usually will pump like once a week, and just so they can get used to a bottle. And if I need to go somewhere or something at night, or want to, you know, get away for a second, my husband at least has a bottle to feed the baby. So these are the ones I use, and these are the smaller size. So as they get bigger, you can get bigger ones, because usually by 7 or 8 months, I lose my milk supply. So at the beginning, I have tons of milk, and then it goes away. So I have those bottles, and then I also got some pacifiers. I am on Team Pacifier. I know some people are like, oh, but for me, I would rather them have suck on this than their thumb, because I can take this away and I cannot take this away. And so I'd rather them just suck on a binky. And by 8 or 9 months, I only let them have it at nap time and at bedtime. And at 1, I take it away. And they cry for like a day and that's it. And then they're fine. And so I'm very like strict on how I do things when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I've always just used these. Do you say it nuke? No, I don't even know. I don't know how you say baby brands. Anyways, and so I just got these, and this will probably be good for us. Since I keep them only in certain places, eventually, like, we don't usually lose them because it's just in their bed or their car seat or the diaper bag, and that's it. And I'm just weird and anal and meticulous about things like that. So that's all the kind of nursing, feeding type things there. And then I got a bunch of burp rags because my babies spit up a lot. Whether they're nursing or using formula, they spit up a ton. A ton. It's super fun. So I got a few different kinds. I always need, like, they need to be bigger because one spit up from my child will put this, like, this is what these look like. It will be in the laundry. It will be done for the day. And so these ones are nice because they're really big. And then if you do have them over the shoulder, there's plenty of space there. And I got some other ones to try. I think these are from Amazon, and these ones were from Walmart, which is someone on Amazon for these ones recommended this is better. So I was like, well, we'll try both and see. I can't remember which way it went, but so this one is not quite as wide, but still really long and big. So these ones work better for me, and they came in, you know, this one also has a bunch. So there's a bunch here. And then something else that I like to use as a burp rag that is not a burp rag is a receiving blanket. And so I got a bunch of these receiving blankets. There's a few different colors in here. Not colors, really, they're the same, but designs is the word I'm looking for. And so I really like these, especially when I'm at church or things where I'm wearing nicer clothes, because I drape them over my body. Like, I'm kidding you not. My kids need drop cloths because they spit up so much. And, you know, it's nothing like super wrong with them. Nothing that the doctor's ever concerned about. They just spit up a lot. So anyways, I will use this whole thing, or I will fold it, you know, and use part of it. And then once that's yucky, then fold it. And it lasts a lot longer than a smaller burp rag. So anyways, those are the burp rags. And then I got a few blankets, and I think I have another one coming. I decided to try one from Jordan Page, who's here on YouTube, but she has a baby brand as well. And so they're supposed to be like really stretchy. Again, they're a little bit more expensive, but I'm like, if they work well, it's worth it to me because I don't have to fight with it too much, and my baby's more comfortable and stuff like that. I really like these ones too, the Aiden, I don't know how to say the other, but I used these before with my last baby. I like these because they're lightweight, and so even my babies are mostly winter babies, almost all of them except one, and sometimes it's just hard. I don't like them to be over hot. And if you have a heater going, sometimes that's hard. I'd rather have them a little bit lighter weight pajamas and blankets than something super heavy that they're sweating like crazy in, because most of the time that's what happens. So I'd rather them be cool and comfortable. And so I got a couple of these ones because these are, again, an expensive brand. And then I got some of these swaddles. I haven't ever tried these before, but they've become very popular in the last 5 years, and I see a lot of people using them. So I thought I would just try them, you know, where they just have Velcro or whatever that you wrap around the baby to swaddle them up. So I thought I would give those a try and see if I like them or if I just prefer a normal swaddle. And then I think the last thing I have to show you is a bigger blanket. I think I got other blankets too. I forgot to grab them. So I have a few other just like bigger fleece blankets. And those are they're more baby size. you know, but they're not like a swaddling blanket or anything, just like you'd lay them on the floor or cover them when they're in their car seat or something like that. So I got a couple blankets like that, but then I also made a blanket. So I crocheted this one. You can see all the lines for my blinds coming through over here. It's not striped, it's just this one color. So I crocheted this, and this is big. It's more of a toddler size blanket, and I'm making another blanket with the university fleece that my husband teaches at. And so that one I haven't finished sewing yet, but they're both a little bit bigger because I wanted him to be able to use them when he gets a little bit older, instead of just having a bunch of baby blankets that he grows out of really quick. So I do have a few blankets. I just forgot to grab them in my pregnancy brain. They were hiding from me, so I didn't bring them in here. But I think that's all. So that's this video is so long now. That was the pregnancy update, the baby haul, and just let me know down in the comments what you like to have, or what's one thing maybe that's necessary for you when you have a newborn, what you like to have. And if you enjoy seeing these types of videos, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.